Miguel?
How many do we have?
Yeah, we only need.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Do you have a lawyer today?
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
Have the ability to hire a lawyer?
I do. The only thing is, they're way more expensive than it would be to just pay off what I owe the county.
I mean, how much does he owe? It's a theft by check.
$141 in the, oh wait. So one check was written for $1,377.63, and then one was written for $141.13.
HEB?
The tax assessors, Harris County tax assessor.
Okay. I'll give you a lawyer today. That way you don't have to just start wasting a bunch of money. Do you mind appointing a lawyer?
Yes.
So just hang tight. I'll give you a lawyer here momentarily.
Sure.
Okay?
I'll get on
Please.
this phone, but
Yeah.
right this way.
Yes.
Did you put an offer on the case?
There is no offer on the case
Do
yet.
you mind?
Yeah.
Please. Good morning, Mr. Wilson. Do you have a lawyer today?
She just reached back to me this morning, so she told me she's gonna contact me this evening when she get done with court.
Hired her?
I just got in touch with her. Like, I've been reaching out to her, but she just responded.
Okay. Do you want more time?
Yeah.
Okay. Head on over to Victoria. We'll give you more time. Hi, Ray.
I just sent you an email on that. Danielle.
Hi.
Yeah. We had addressed it before. Yeah, it was, you sent him to get a drug test on the first BVR. And then it came back positive for opioids, I think. And they said they wanted to send it to a lab. I provided a list of the medications. And then they submitted that second BVR with all that stuff and saying that he did provide his list of medications.
For who?
Janiel.
Oh, is it Montanel?
Yes. Yes.
Is it Montanel?
Yeah. Montanel's master.
Yeah, so we were waiting for the lab results to come back and they have come back.
We knew there was a presumptive positive.
Yes, the presumptive came back.
She's testing positive for alcohol, though, right?
No. Just opioids. It's a he.
Oh. I was thinking someone else. So one of those that she's taking test positive for.
I think several of them do. And just a presumptive look at it, when I first looked at it, it was the antipsychotic ones that would give false tests, as far as that's concerned.
Is there just no one at pretrial that can address
None of
this?
us that go.
Not you guys. I know you, but there's no like.
No, we would have to, not even our drug technicians. I reached out to my supervisor regarding it. And to confirm that, we'd have to get someone who's certified or someone from Abraham.
Okay, I'll speak now then. Let me reply to all you guys, and then I'm gonna bring someone else in as well. Let's see. So I'll send this email and we'll just stay in touch and then we'll see what they say.
Okay.
I'm gonna reach out to the higher ups to see, hey, do we have any? I mean, I can't believe that we don't have anyone that would be able to.
To say one way or the other.
Right,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm trying to pull up the picture I have, but it won't pull up for some reason. But yeah, there are I think one or two of the medications that he takes can give presumptive false positives.
If that's the case, then of course we're not gonna dig in.
Right.
See,
Okay. So do you want to leave them on for Friday or do we want to just hold off?
let's hold off for
Okay.
the original date for now. Let me see what.
See what they come. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
She's already. She can handle. Hi. Is it going?
Monday?
Yeah. Apparently you sent my client to go pee somewhere.
Shouldn't like to go.
I didn't want to be crass, but that's the fact.
No results of that, Judge. She hasn't provided a sample yet.
We've had a lot of history with her.
I saw that. I got emails on Friday about it.
Had, quite a bit of history.
Third bond violation. I saw that. Do you want me to recite it out of my memory?
That, we've had quite a bit of history. Does she not have a prior case with us too? Is this,
21. I don't think she does.
No, it's just this
is this the one where there was an issue with a boyfriend and?
There is a boyfriend in the car, and the really interesting thing about this is like the police officers did a full felony stop on a DWI with guns drawn, making them get out. It's kind of weird.
Capital?
It was really strange. I'm watching it going like,
Capital DWI?
That's what it was. Of course, it was like precinct 4-ish. Everything up there could be a capital in their minds, you know? And so I don't know what you want to do with this, Judge.
Just don't want her using, that's it.
I get you.
That's all I want. I want to ensure that she's not. So,
Judge, and then also we have the ignition interlock that she's not driving, so we're not monitoring her. By any means, because she had the portable at first, we had portable violations, so then she was revoked. Then she provided proof that she had gotten her vehicle fixed, so we swapped her over to the ignition interlock. The ignition interlock is not being used.
so let's see how it goes today. And then I'm gonna random her again. So, you know, if she tests positive, then we'll see. I don't know.
I mean, do you want me to wait? I'm perfectly willing to do that.
Go, and then I'll get a hold of you. Or you know what? I don't have your new number. Do you mind?
Give me my new work number. My old number is still the same.
Oh, is it really? Then hold on.
You have it for sure.
Yeah, I know. If it's the same one, then don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's the same.
5-6?
I don't give that out to anybody. That's me. That is me.
Okay, so I'll text you. And then
But do you want me to come back if there's an issue?
you can always Zoom.
Okay,
Zoom.
perfect. I'm gonna go straight to my office.
Go. Hi, Joe. How are you?
John was asked by according to Courtroom Espinosa. This is on the docket, DWI case, clients here. We are still waiting to hear about whether PTI is going to be approved on this.
Everything's in, Judge. We're just waiting to hear back about the approval.
Okay. I guess let's give it a week, Joe.
Okay, sir.
If it's approved, I'll waive, and then we'll sit you off like a couple weeks for you guys to get the contract, get the, you know, portable and all that jazz. If it's denied, it's got to be here so it's.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, for sure. Have fun. Ready?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yeah. What's up?
I am here on Mr. Mark Gurley's case, who's on docket today, Judge, Gurley. And initially, I'll wait till you find it, Your Honor.
Thanks. Girl?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I see it.
So initially, I had brought up some concerns that I had with the accuracy of the DIMS report and accuracy of the information that was being alleged within the four corners of the probable cause hearing information, I guess. And so you had set
As
this.
far as probable cause?
Right, yeah, as
You
far
want
as
to
probable.
redo probable cause?
Well, we had heard probable cause, and within the four corners of the DIMS, you had found that there was probable cause for the case to continue. But the issue that I had
Want to do it again?
well, I mean, I'm just kind of bringing you up to speed again, Your Honor, because I know it's been a few weeks. So the issue that I had raised at that time was I did not believe that that was accurate. The state had conveyed videos to us about, you know, what the officer had seen from the dash camera perspective. And so I had issues with the accuracy of what was contained within the DIMS. I've spoken to the state this morning, and she said that she's reaching out to the police officer to find out, you know, I guess his side of the story is my understanding. I don't want to speak for the state.
I've watched the camera footage. I just want to speak to the officer before we make any decisions on the case.
The issue.
The issue is that from what I can see, I don't want to get into the facts of the case right now in front of you, Judge, too much, but,
Then don't.
right.
Then don't. Just do what you need to do.
Right.
You want, I mean, it's only 25 days old. You want-
Sure.
I just emailed him today. Yeah. I think a
Set it up
regular
a week.
Yeah.
Is
Sure.
that-
It's a very new case. If I can get maybe a couple of weeks, Judge, I've got.
I mean, you can have as much as you want.
Sure.
It's up to you.
Yes, sir.
I guess if you just set it, if you need me to do another probable cause hearing, I'm happy to do it.
Sure.
If there's something that has come to your attention that's not right in the DIMS, I'm happy to hear it and we'll redo probable cause. I'm happy to do it at any time.
And maybe the state's conversation with the officer will clarify all of this and then.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Okay,
right. All right. Thank you.
I'll grant it for you.
Thank you, Rob.
Okay.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Hi, Judge. How are you?
Ah,
Good to see you,
it's been
Chloe.
such a long time.
I know, I'm back.
What's new?
I have
Thanks for the warning.
kids. How are your kids?
And maintenance.
How old now? How old?
14,
Oh.
12, 9, 3.
There's 12 or 14 girls?
Well, a boy and a girl. We put them to work.
A real girl?
Girl.
God bless you in every way there is.
She's great.
Your life.
I love it. I'd have more if I had money.
Probable, it's just you and.
She's so sweet. Great.
We've been there. We were 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old girls.
Those was rough for 12.
They're hard.
It's okay.
They come out of it.
Yeah. You just give it time, patience, you know?
I have Miss Cookman, who's not on your docket.
Okay.
She was here on Friday and she's hired me on a DWI and she has 2 trips planned and she has to do UAs. One is out of the country, one is not. How do you handle that?
So typically, if they're out, we have them, if they're in the United States, we have them go to like a quest wherever they are.
Okay.
They get called on to do
Okay.
this. Get the results to you, get to us, we're happy.
Okay.
If they're out of the country, how long?
She'll be out of the country for 5 days.
So
Puerto Rico?
let her know,
Yes, or her.
let her know not to use. She's gonna get tested as soon as she gets back,
Okay.
just so that she knows.
Okay. Okay.
So
Perfect.
just let Alicia know about the dates so that for the out of country ones, so they know not to call.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
then, yeah,
Will
that's
do.
it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Have fun. Hi, Shrey.
2-5.
I'm just here for Mario. He's got Christopher Torres, who is surrendering himself today. I believe papers are filed and everything. But he had, and I'm a little unclear on the details because I wasn't here, but he had brought an AA log that I believe you were gonna, if he had shown you that.
Well, no. I said be creative with what, and I would consider waiving the
Sure.
fee.
And so he's given me an AA log. All right, give it to the court all the time. See it's going on. He'd gone almost every day. There were some wildfires that he had to be evacuated from. So that's the only day or a couple of days he
Last
missed.
name again?
Torres, and Mario's off picking a jury across the street. Otherwise, he'd be here himself.
The reason I had the problem is because he has a prior intox assault where there's like, and now we have another second.
Understood.
So that's the problem I had. And I was hoping more than just 11 classes.
I understand.
Okay, here, let me give that back to you. Christopher Torres, come up. So, Mr. Venus, correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure. Yes, Judge. Yes, sir. Be as much of a help as I can.
On a sentence of 10 years in prison, probated for 10, can that be used on a third degree to enhance to a 15 to life?
If the probation is successfully completed, no, for enhancement purposes. It could be for jurisdictional purposes, to make under 4904 or whatever it is, to make it would count as a previous conviction for those purposes, just like an assault family member, even a deferred adjudication would count to make a second.
My curiosity stems from because with his intox assault, he was sentenced to 10 years, probated for 10 years, and it looks like he may have completed it successfully, but it's still a felony conviction, right?
Correct, but it's not, you can't use it to enhance punishment ranges, essentially. It could be a jurisdictional paragraph, but not an enhancement paragraph, if that makes sense.
My concern, Mr. Torres, is you're now pleading guilty to this DWI second. The problem is that if you pick up another DWI, from now on, you're facing a third degree felony. You're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. And I don't know if they can use that intox assault conviction to enhance you to an even further penalty, a further consequence. I mean, that's why I'm asking you. I don't know. I know misdemeanors, but the problem is that with a felony conviction, they can use it to enhance punishment. Perhaps it's a 15 to life next time you pick up another DWI. I don't know. But do you want to take that risk? That's the problem. I mean, imagine all this that you've suffered now, and we're here yet again. What's it going to take? A death? Well, I know you say no. Everybody says no. If I had one strand of hair for every time, I'd have a nice looking head of hair. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. What are we doing?
Oh, let me get a
You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law, and you give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, it will go on your record. It will be there forever. And I'm telling you now, your record, it's not a good thing. You get pulled over, even with the faintest smell of alcohol, you're going to be charged with a felony. Do you understand? I wouldn't, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car. So, he goes in today?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna waive the fee because you're going into jail now. So I'm not gonna tack it on, but stop. Don't kill someone. This weekend alone, 3 people died on our roads this weekend. This weekend, 3 people died. It's not hard. Just don't get into a car. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm gonna find you guilty, sentence you to 50 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I'm gonna suspend your license for 1 year. Do not drive until you get a license, and then we'll take him into custody now, and I'm gonna roll your court costs so you won't know anything, all right? Okay,
you, Judge.
Good luck. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Great to see you, man.
You too, Judge.
So serious.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Morning, Judge.
Hi, Judge. Same old. We're here on Miss Gillis.
Thought I had it open. I closed it. All right. So Judge, she's one out of Pennsylvania for theft by deception, false impression.
False impression.
So this one will be asking for no bond on the extradition because over the course of 6 times, she stole $780,000 from an elderly, and it shows from the hit that she's an international flight risk with a non-American passport.
That's the first time I've heard that, an international flight.
That's what it
flight
shows
risk.
on the
Is
hit.
Interpol involved?
Well, so that's why I was surprised because this was a DHS referral. I was kind of surprised there wasn't a nice hit because she's not a citizen and it shows. So I don't
Want
know.
the bond?
Check.
I want a PR bond.
PR bond. Okay, so let's bring her out, please. Gillis, if you don't mind. Yeah. Joe, you want to talk to me while we wait? Ms. Gillis.
Yes.
Good morning. So your lawyer is asking for me to set you a bond. I don't know. I've never met you before, and I have about 5 minutes to get to know who you are, to see whether it would be right to set you a bond. I have no idea what you're charged with, but the problem is that you are an inherent flight risk because you're wanted out of another jurisdiction. There's a warrant in some other state, and we got you here. Michigan.
Your Honor, around October 31st, 2023, it's alleged out of Pennsylvania that this now defendant manipulated a bank to over 6 transactions, cause a total loss of $780,000 to an elderly individual from the retirement fund. There has been regarding the affidavit, when speaking with the complainant, states that the checks for the individual were mailed out to her name with the corresponding physical address. On notification from DHS, it shows that she is an international flight risk, and due to those factors, the state would be opposed to a bond for the extradition.
Why would the Department of Homeland Security say that she's an international flight risk?
I'm not sure. I can reach out to them, but obviously if I reach out to them I can reach out to DHS and ask why. I only get the notification, and so I haven't spoken with an individual. But
What other criminal history does she have?
she does not have any others, just the 6 incidents arising from this affidavit.
I can clarify.
Please.
Possible. I believe they think she's an inherent flight risk because they arrested her at an airport on a connecting flight, which sounds terrible, doesn't it? You're thinking, oh, she's leaving the country.
Really? Was she headed out of the country?
No, really, she was going to Jamaica. She's from Jamaica. She comes back and forth for business. She's got an H1, H2B, something about H visa. And her father is a US citizen. Here's the kicker, Judge. She gave birth January 30th of 2025.
Okay.
She's breastfeeding. So when our lovely county got her, they said, too bad, so sad. She's been in custody for 4 days. They've refused to give her access to a pump. She has asked for a heating pad to do it herself. They've only given it to her 2 times.
I mean, we'll see about, I'll reach
I
out
just
to
think
medical.
this is
Don't worry about that. I'll reach out to medical.
That
and
is
see what-
insane.
Yeah, I know,
But,
it sucks.
Like
It-
6
and that can
days
have
later, and I'm like, she was clearly arrested with her child, okay? So it's not like she's lying. But I just think because of that, let's add some other things, because that by itself is like, oh, that sucks for you, right? But it's a 2B. It's not like she's a flight risk. It's not like she's a failure to appear. I get that it's like a theft by deception because of some bank mailing thing. She's never given an opportunity to go turn herself in. So I think that considering the fact she's never had an opportunity to turn herself in, this is not where she's just like running the country. She comes here back and forth. Her child is born here. Her father lives here. Connected with the fact that she has some problems going on with her 1-month-old that she's going to have to figure out. I'm asking for a PR bond. I'm asking to give her a chance. We've already done her wrong.
Before I give her a PR bond, I would like you to figure out why they're saying that.
with the international flight risk. I'm more than willing to
Not
call.
only that, but you're telling me that she does this all the time? Let me
Do
see.
you go back and forth? You can tell the
Yes.
judge yourself.
I have a travel visa. I have a visiting visa for the US, which is a 10-year visa, and also have a H2 visa, which is a work visa. I worked in Utah, I worked in South Dakota, South Carolina, Massachusetts, Florida for the past 5 to 6 years, back and forth, and I also
So
do
then she
extensions.
Prove all this.
Yes, I do. The currency office do have my passport with my visa currently stamped in it.
So let's do this. Let's roll it to tomorrow because I don't think wow, is it already 11:30?
Yes.
Holy moly.
So they do have it downstairs in the old.
Tomorrow, I want proof that she does all this international travel routinely, so we know that she's not just trying to take off.
No, sir.
And then I'd like you to reach out to them to see why is she international flight risk. Is it a 2B?
It is.
You know, I'd like to know how they justify saying that, right? Or do you just think because she's on a flight now?
I don't
know.
I only
That's
get, I'm perfectly willing to call. I'm just obviously aware of making the call to DHS regarding the pending Pennsylvania charge. Yeah, I've always got a trigger, so. Because she doesn't have an accident right now, but because she's on a visa in
Oh,
terms of what
Judge,
they decided to
this is crazy.
So like I said, I'm willing
Because
to,
then ICE is gonna put a hold on her.
that's what I mean. It's like, I'm
ICE is
willing.
going to do it regardless.
ICE has not put
If
a
she,
hold-
no. If she's here with the proper documentation, they're not going to put a hit on her. If she's here with the visas, then there's no reason for her to put a hit.
Judge, they're deporting students nowadays, but hey, that's okay. All right, I'd like to put you on the email with medical about the breast pump. I find that outrageous.
Yes, I will help you with that. Don't worry. But I'm not prepared to set her a bond yet with
Okay,
Mr. Kim saying the international, and then she's on a flight to Jamaica.
we'll get the proof. I'm gonna have to zoom in tomorrow though, but I'll get it handled.
Sure, of course.
Yes, Judge. How are you, Judge? Good morning.
Good morning.
Still, yes. Judge, I'm here on Jesus Figueroa. It's approaching on a plea. You're on?
Okay, are you ready? Oh, it's a second DWI? Is it a true first?
Is it true first?
Okay, I'm okay with it. Come on.
1.5, but it was.
That's why I was, got it. Okay. All right. Good morning, Mr. Figueroa. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. It looks like the state is going to reduce that, take off the enhancement. So now you're facing only 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you have done. You need to understand that this charge will now go on your record as of today. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. What we're doing today, from now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, there's no turning back. Do you understand?
Yes.
This is what you want to do.
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, sentence you to 3 days in jail, grant you credit for 2. I'm now going to suspend your license. I have to. I'm going to suspend it for the minimum, which is 90 days. From now on, you get pulled over. An officer's going to see this. Even the faintest smell of alcohol, dope, anything, you're going to go down. So don't get into a car, even if you've had a sip. You understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck. Thanks, Josh.
And we filed a DPS waiver search.
I'm going to waive your fines and fees that would normally be $4,500. That's what you would normally owe with a case like this. You pick up a second DWI, it's $6,000. Do you understand?
Yes.
And a minimum of 30 days in jail. Get the clue. All right, good luck.
You can.
Thanks.
Judge, I have another case. Last name is Said, S-A-I-D. I'm here, Attorney Russell Newman is in trial. He wanted me to take care of this case, but he's not present. He's not here today, Judge.
Okay. I'm going to end up revoking it then. He was supposed to go.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Do you know Saeed? Did he show up?
We got notification that he did not.
Got it. Okay. I'm going to end up revoking it.
Something his father has been in touch with me.
No, he's supposed to be here. This is the second time we've done this. The case
It's old, yeah.
No, it's 250 days old.
Okay.
He knew it because I admonished him
Right. I
ad
don't know.
nauseum last time. So,
We'll see what we can do with it, Judge.
thanks. Thank you. All right. 5,002 on both. Is this the one
From last week,
Did you
yeah.
get it done?
We did. I just heard we got denied for PTI. Yeah, I'm shocked. I thought it was a good mitigation package.
Just due to the accident and the details of the driving fast, he was denied.
What do you want to do?
I'd like to set it for trial. Well, actually, I'd like to have a compliance hearing. There's some discovery that is missing. The state brought it to my attention. I'll let the state.
It's so there was multiple agencies on the scene. It appears that we only received discovery from one of the agencies and the other agency did not submit discovery to us. I have watched the footage and I've been able to identify the other officers on scene and I've been in contact with them. I just haven't received the discovery yet.
How long do you think? Have you spoken to them or no?
Yes, I've spoken to the,
What did they say? Do they have it?
they would need to look. I think there might be an additional offense report out there and I think there might be an additional body worn camera.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. I'll set it for a compliance hearing on Friday. Subpoena the well,
I mean, you're judging, if we don't have this by then,
yeah, because the case is like,
case, right?
you know,
This has been an issue I've seen with this particular agency.
what agency is it? What the flip?
I've seen it where their system goes by offense report number, but sometimes they may have a different office put on there. So then when the body worn camera comes back, it tracks to a different number. There's a way that HPD can pull it up by their own name and badge number, but we don't have access to that. We just pull it up by the office report number. I've seen that in felony. It's bit me in the behind before when I was at trial where, you just don't know their body came from.
Okay. I guess Friday. Blaze, what do you think?
It's been.
261 days.
I think if we are telling the officer, like, you need to have it by then, I'm hoping the headlights will fire.
Okay, Friday.
I have a scheduling issue for Friday, Judge.
Zoom in.
I can zoom in. Well, what if he's gonna do a plea? Well, I guess it's, we'll see if it comes.
See if it comes.
Yeah, I think they may dump it.
It's.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I wait my client's appearance though? Okay. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. I was here on Friday on two cases, which is Manuel Cooch, COC, and then CUZ.
Yes.
And he's in custody, Judge, but right now he's in the 177.
Okay, we'll roll with tomorrow.
Yes, sir. And then another defendant is Neil White, and he was in custody and being processed on Friday, but it appears he made bond over the weekend, and he's not here, Judge. And he's got a bond violation, Mr. White bond violation report, and the state has filed a motion to revoke and raise. And he didn't check in, Judge.
PR bonds on all these cases.
Neil?
White is in custody, right?
No.
No, I don't.
It's not said he's in custody.
At you going? You got Neil White? I'm showing bond made.
I'll double check. Yeah, the anthem separate by clause. Let me make sure you get.
He's supposed to be here for these cases today. I guess maybe they get him a 7-day setting. I don't know.
And then you need another shirt on.
White.
They just had to give the next, yeah, I just.
So what's probably going to happen is he got a 7-day setting.
He's got what, Judge?
He got, when they bond out, they get 7-day settings normally. Okay. I'm assuming that they probably gave him 7-day settings on everything. What I'd like to do is put him on for Friday. So if you have a good number, please reach out to him and let him know that we're going to put him on docket for Friday.
will, Judge.
He has to be here. Okay.
And the other gentleman carried till tomorrow. Thank you, Judge.
I can't tell you how upsetting it is, the way that you've treated us. It's absolutely just, your case is 1,580, it's nearly 1,600 days old, and you want them to just, and you come in shorts? Really? Would you go to church looking like this? So why come to court like this?
I wasn't aware of it. This was my first time actually.
This is a courtroom. Don't play this, I didn't know. It is a courtroom. You should know how to address in a courtroom, considering that your case is nearly 1,600 days old. How many years is that, Mr.?
4 years.
You have until next Monday to get the mitigation packet done. If you don't have it done, then you will get an immediate 10-day trial setting. And I don't care who's got what. State, get ready for trial now, please. Get everything that you need to get now, because I'm fast tracking this to trial. And I don't care what came this, what came that. Jesus came down to prevent you from doing, I don't care. You have until Monday to get the mitigation packet done. And if you don't have it, then you will either accept the plea bargain from the state or you will get a 10-day trial setting.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? And if you come back again in Schwartz, I can't tell you the level of disrespect that shows, not to mention the fact that your case is 4 years old. I mean, it's a double kick in the ding ding to us, really. And you ought to be ashamed, because that's not the way someone acts. Right. Take a seat for me. We'll be back. Good morning, Mr. Hodges. Did you run an NCIC on him, please? What all does he have open elsewhere?
Yes, I'll run it right now.
And then if you can refresh my memory with regard to our case as well, please.
Yes. In regard to open cases, it appears in Galveston, he has an open UCW, DWI, and a collision involving damage to a vehicle equal to $200.
So it's an FSGI, DWI, and a UCW.
Yes, Judge. And then in regard to this case, the officer responded to a criminal mischief and made contact with the complainant, where the complainant stated he woke up and realized his tree had been ran into. He checked the surveillance and observed the defendant's motor vehicle colliding into the tree, traveling at a high rate of speed, and observed the defendant appearing to get out of the motor vehicle, walk in front of the vehicle, then get back in. And the officer later observed tire marks damaged on the landscape leading up to the damage to the bricks around the tree, as well as damage to the tree itself, leading to a damage approximately $200 for the grass and bricks and $2,500 for the tree.
And this is like, it's in the middle of the night, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. What would you like?
Judge, I'm asking the driving condition and the curfew. I get it, it sounds bad, but Judge, he's unable to work. He's an electrician. He works throughout the night sometimes.
Well, I don't want you out in the middle of the night, Mr. Hodges. You have 4 open cases and you're out. You already were given one chance when you got on bond for those 3 cases out in Galveston. Now you've picked up another case in the middle of the night.
Are we able to lift the no driving restriction then, and maybe do 5 to 10 p.m.? It's just the 6 to 6 kind of interfere with his work schedule, like I said, but I understand completely not wanting to drive at night.
What's the curfew now?
I think it's 6 to 6.
It's 9 p.m.
Oh.
No, I don't do that bad. It's 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. What do you want, Mr. Hodges? I'm not giving you in the middle of the night. I'm telling you now, you have 4 open cases. 2, this is a potential DWI. So it's really a DWI and a second DWI. And you want me to let you out in the middle of the night?
Can we just lift the no driving restriction, Judge? Because it's daytime from.
Can you run his license?
Yes, Judge.
It's not eligible, but he has an ODO.
Yes, I'm saying not eligible.
He has an ODO license, Judge.
Did he have an interlock in his car at the time when he got here?
I don't believe so.
Then I'm not going to do it because he's supposed to have an occupational always needs an interlock.
It may have.
You're
Judge.
you're violating your.
But did you have an?
You're supposed to have an interlock as part of the occupational license. You're in violation of your occupational license,
It may not have required that, Judge. because I'm not on the Galveston case, but
Show me, do you have a copy of the occupational
I
license?
can get you.
Show it to me. Let me take a look at it and then we'll see. Mr. Hodges, just take a seat for me momentarily. When you find it, come back and let me know.
Will do. I have the granting of the occupational driver's license. The reason it didn't require interlock is because he had it prior to this. He got it for tickets that were unpaid because he didn't have insurance. He has current active insurance. I have the ODL right here.
Who gave it to him? Was it a JP court?
Yes.
Can imagine knowing that he has that open DWI in Galveston and knowing that he has now picked this case up here where it has an alcohol. I can't imagine that they're going to let, you know,
But right now it is still active. So are we?
I don't know how comfortable I feel with him driving. Are you mom? Come on up, mom. Come up, Mr. Hodges. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks.
How's it been not driving?
Not enjoyable.
Blows, right? Good. Wonderful. Because I want you to understand, it is a privilege. It's not a right. And we do everything in our power here to ensure that we don't kill anyone on the road. Watch the news. Every day, someone dies on our roads because of an alcohol-related collision. It's disgusting. And you're familiar with everything that he has open.
Yes, I also am familiar that one of my husbands was killed on the road by someone that was drinking as well.
It's disgusting. It's so sad, you know? And I took his privilege to drive away because of what's going on with Galveston. And now here we have the same situation here. They didn't charge him with DWI here, but it very well could have been. And so the idea is to get you to appreciate it, to really feel the pang of not being able to drive, because I want you to realize it is an absolute privilege, and it is a great privilege. And to live in a city this big without the ability to drive really, really blows. That's just it. And I don't know if you really appreciate it. You coming up here and just telling me, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm hurt. That's not enough. I need to know that you really do appreciate the fact of how big and powerfully awesome it is to drive. I'm not ready yet to let you drive. I need to see some kind of proactivity showing me that you really appreciate being able to drive. But as it stands now, it's been 30 days since he's had this case here open. He's got the 4 cases over there. And I can tell you now, the judge that granted that license, if that judge now knows all these cases are open, I would bet my pinky toe that that judge would revoke that license now. Because I don't think any judge wants their name on a license with that kind of baggage to it. So I'm sorry. If you need more time at night, I'm happy to give you a little bit more time past 9 o'clock.
It's not so much, excuse me, it's not so much the night, it's where he works being an electrician. He has to be there earlier in the morning. So
Okay, I'm happy to work with you. You want 5 in the morning? What time do you want?
5 would be better.
Okay, done. I'll give it to you. Show me that you appreciate the fact of driving.
How do I do that?
Use your imagination. Be creative. Ingenuity goes a long way, Mr. Hodges, but you coming up here and tell me, oh, I'm so sorry, does nothing for me. Actions speak louder than words, and it's only been a mere 30 days since you picked up this case, and not to mention all those other cases that you have in Galveston County. So you are traveling far and wide, and the danger to the public is far and wide as well. I don't want anyone to die under my book, and I don't want anything under my name with that kind of, I don't want that kind of baggage in my life. I have a hard enough time sleeping as it is. Show me, and then we can talk again. But I really want you to appreciate it, and I don't think you do so far. Okay, thanks. All right.
I'm approaching on Noah Biza.
Okay.
This is set for bail review today. It was also set on Friday and it got rolled to today.
She's here.
She is here. Her bond was revoked and raised last week due to her picking up a criminal trespass. So she does have 2 ankle monitors on right now, and we would just be requesting that one of those come off. Obviously, she knows that she's not supposed to be within 200 feet of Stereo Live, which is the bar that she was trespassing at.
What I don't want is I don't want her out in the middle of the night. And that's why we have that on. And I'm paying for everything, so nothing is going to come out of her pocket. Come up, Ms. Bison. She had the open DWI, just doing whatever she wants to do. And now she picks up another case out in the middle of the night. Nothing good happens at 2 a.m. And I don't want you out in the middle of the night. And the only way that I can enforce that is with the ankle monitor. Because if I take that off, you can run amok and I have no idea what you're doing, where you're going, and what's going on. I'm like I said, I'm paying for it, so it's nothing out of her pocket either. I take cost off of everyone so that it's never an issue. I know that and I'm sorry that it's uncomfortable. Well, I'm not really sorry, but actions have consequences. You now see, and I'm going to tell you, you violate conditions again. Get ready for that bond. It's going to sprout legs. It's going to be, you understand? Show me after a while that we can trust you and perhaps we can talk. But you're just now getting out of jail after violating conditions over and over. Thanks.
Understood.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you're now out of jail. You have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with them, and they will tell you when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're ducking and dodging, you pick up a 3rd case, violate conditions again, there goes the bonds. Do you understand? Okay, stay in touch with them and they'll tell you when you have to come back to court. So I'm going to waive the appearance so that she's whatever you guys need.
Thank you. And she did just complete IOP, and then she is planning to enroll in SOP prior to potentially entering into any other program that the court might have available. So
yeah, it's up to you guys, whatever, I'm just here. I just want to make sure that she's not out and about and continuing to party. According to her, she wants to go to school for this. She wants to go to school that, if you really, how old are you, ma'am? You have something that I can't buy. I have money, right? I've got a ton of money here, there. Steven's got a lot of money, babe, but you got something that I can't buy. You got something Bill Gates can't buy. You got something that Jeff Bezos can't buy. Do you know what that is? No. Age. And the reason is all those guys would pay an arm and a leg to be able to take back time to have age. But what matters is what you do with the age that you have. If you do nothing, it's a complete waste. If you're going to school and if you really care about the future, then you're going about it all wrong by continuing to pick up cases, partying, going to a bar and refusing to leave the bar because I've got to wait for my drink. This life is a journey. It can be a great journey or it can be a rotten, miserable journey. And as a young woman, you should never, ever have to realize or depend on a man. You should be getting your education. You should be getting knowledge so that you never have to rely on a man. Men suck. Men are dogs. And you need to be able to rely on yourself, because if a guy says that they're going to take care of you, great. But one day they may never be there. One day they may take flight. And if you don't have an education, if you don't have a career, if you don't have knowledge, you'll be destitute, penniless, always dependent on a man. Don't. Become a strong woman with knowledge, because then that life becomes a great life. Because this life is only about one thing. This, the almighty dollar. And if you don't have this, you ain't got shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So get your knowledge. Stop picking up cases. Once that age is gone, don't come back. Thanks.
Your Honor, my client does have class from 5 to 9, 6 to 9, my apologies. And I know she has a curfew right now that is imposed. Would the court be amenable towards pushing that curfew back
Absolutely.
a little bit?
Show me proof that you're in college or that you're in class and that the class goes at that time. I'll happily give you time to go home. Of course. Yeah. But I'm not going to take your word for it. Show me that you're actually enrolled. You got like either a syllabus or whatnot. And then I'll, of course, am always amenable to working around a schedule for school. Of course. Just show me and then we'll do it.
We'll present this to the court.
Please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Of course.
May we be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ms. Wickenhofer, in the flesh.
I know, right? We're famous, by the way. Over 30K people watch it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I have to read off my phone, so I apologize, but
it's okay.
It says, Your Honor, I was convicted of driving while intoxicated in this court on October 14, 2019, under cause number 222. You already got it. I was sentenced to 4 days in jail, and I have completed that sentence, including paying all fines, costs, and restitutions. I am here today because I meet all the legal requirements under the Texas law for non-disclosure of this conviction. Specifically, number one, my conviction was for DWI with a blood alcohol level below 0.15, which actually was 0.11. I specifically remember. I was not placed on community supervision for this offense. This offense did not involve an accident with another person. I finished my sentence over 5 years ago. I have not been convicted or placed on deferred adjudication for any other crime except for minor traffic violations. This conviction from 6 years ago is still hurting my reputation and my ability to grow in my career. I deeply regret my actions and have learned from my mistakes. Since then, I have worked hard to turn my life around, and I am asking for a second chance. Granting this non-disclosure will allow me to fully move forward, both personally and professionally. It would help me reach my potential and improve my future. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I don't think I can. Show me where you think I can, but non-disclosures are traditionally for people who take deferreds, complete the deferreds, and are eligible to have it sealed. Expunctions are for those that meet the requirements where if a case gets dismissed, they can have it expunged. Here, when you plead guilty, I don't think you're eligible for either. And the thing about it, I can't give you legal advice. I can't tell you how to look this, how to look that. But if you have a piece, or if you can show me the law that says I can give you a non-disclosure, and I can tell you, Ms. Wickenhofer, I love it, and I've told you this before, I love it when people try to better themselves, right? If I can, I will, because I'm always about trying to make someone's life better, right?
Yes,
But I have to follow the law. I can't just say, okay, I can't just rubber stamp and do it just for the sake of doing it. There has to be a law, because if not, they appeal it and I'll get overturned.
Yeah, I think it was the points I said, because I was under a certain amount of alcohol in my system.
That doesn't, what matters is the ultimate result in the case. Did you plead guilty? Did you do a probation? Did you do a deferred? I think that the legislature even now made deferreds available for certain types of DWIs so that people don't get convictions, right? But, and we never do them, right? But you can, right? And it's surprising that no people do deferreds on DWIs.
Traditionally in Harris County, Judge, we don't even offer deferreds on DWIs.
But theoretically, if you go without an agreed recommendation, we could, and I think that we may have. I don't remember, but
so they don't grant deferred here then in Harris County.
No, you can. You
have to pay more money. So it sounds like.
No, it's not about money. It's about, there are other options that are better.
Okay.
For some. So
I think that's probably why I didn't do it, because they didn't give me the option to.
We always do though. Every single case. I talk to every single person that comes up here and I make sure, hey, look, you're making a lifetime decision. Are you sure that you want to do this? Because it's not Target. You can't return it once you do it.
Yeah.
I literally, every person I scrutinize, micromanage. That's why we're still here. It's 110 when most judges are gone by
I
now, right?
understand. Yeah, people tell me.
But I really care about everybody that rolls here and I want everybody to get the great result. And I don't know what was happening in your life at the time when this happened. Why did it end up like this? Was there something other? Did you have other charges elsewhere? If you can show me in the law that I can, then let's talk. That means you got to get it,
In writing.
No. Go through the actual, this is the Code of Criminal Procedure. In here, there are certain provisions with regard to non-disclosures, who is eligible for them. You have to read it, you got to digest it. You definitely are not, I don't think I can't give you legal advice, right?
Yeah, I understand. It's something we could do, but I don't know. I just want something to be done. I just don't know what can be done. It doesn't sound like anything, which really sucks for me, but.
It does. Yeah, and the thing is that I even tell people that, within a certain amount of time, if you get buyer's remorse, within 30 days of doing something, we've really reopened cases for people who get buyer's remorse. But here, the case is 5 years old. I have no jurisdiction. Even if I wanted to reopen it to do something, I can't. The only advice.
Any service I can do, like any extra thing I can do?
What I would do is really go to a lawyer. You're going to have to spend a little bit of money. Go to a lawyer and fine tooth comb non-disclosure law.
Okay.
And see, is there an out? Is there this? Is there that?
Mm-hmm. Just ask questions. Okay.
You may have to hire a lawyer to really dig into it to see what you can do. Okay. But I can't give you legal advice. I can't sit there and comb the code with you to see, is there a provision that would get it? Because there's so many little nuances here and there. Right. I mean, even so much as a 0.15 or above or 0.15 or below, how long it'll suspend your license versus there's just so many little nuances. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. What was that book called again?
The Code of Criminal Procedure.
Okay. All right.
So,
thank you.
Google Code of Criminal Procedure, Texas non-disclosure, and even if you do that in Google, you'll have so many other lawyers' sites. Read through all those.
Okay.
But I don't think that I can. Once you plead guilty, that's it. That's why I caution everybody, when you take the easy way out, when you do something like this, it's a lifetime thing.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Sorry, Ms.